what's your favorite cop joke?
I can't tell you that. Nay. I'll tell you a kid's joke. How's that?
Okay, yeah.
What do you call a hyena with short legs?
Me?
No. Hello, Mina. Come on.
Oh, okay. All right.
Pauline Wells.
And you are?
I am a deputy superintendent with the Cambridge Police Department.
And you grew up where?
I grew up in North Cambridge, Tip O'Neill territory.
So you are technically just a kid from Cambridge?
Just a kid from Cambridge. That's it. North Cambridge is a predominantly probably Irish, French neighborhood. I grew up on Jackson Street, right off of Ringe Avenue. It was a great place to grow up, I will say. In fact, 2017 I was North Cambridge Women of the Year. They had a great event at Frank's Steakhouse. So they had a Man of the Year and a Woman of the Year, and Man of the Year, his name escapes me, but he was a Cambridge teacher, which was pretty cool.
Frank's Steakhouse, it seems like that's something we can count on.
Yes.
Surviving.
Yep. Good food.
So also I keep calling you Lady Cop. Is that inappropriate?
For me, it's not inappropriate, no. I've been called a lot worse than that.
I guess what is the proper vernacular for police officer nowadays?
Yeah, police officer.
Okay.
It's funny because a lot of older folks will call me a policeman.
Oh.
You know, because that's just what they're used to, you know, and it doesn't bother me in the least. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It doesn't bother me, but once in a while I'll joke around and say, you know, hey, that's a police officer. Once in a while, just to be funny, you know. When I was young, I was not inspired to be a police officer. Okay. My sister, Ian, who is also a police officer in Cambridge, was inspired to be a police officer. Ever since she was young, she wanted to be a cop. So she actually came on the force 4 years before I did. And actually, for me, I didn't know what the heck I wanted to do. So, and it was a pretty, you know, without going into it, it was a pretty crappy time in my life. Probably in my 20s, and my sister said to me, why don't you take the test? So I did. I got a perfect score, and here I am.
Were you smart in high school?
School came a little bit easy to me, as far as high school. College, maybe not so much. But I think I'm okay smart.
Is the test, is it more about intellectual smart or common sense smart?
Well, the test has completely changed now since I came on. I've been on for 25 years now, almost 25 years. Mm-hmm. So the test is not, a lot of ours was observation and multiple choice questions. Okay. Whereas now they have to go through other things, other physical things as well to go through the testing process.
Yeah, I don't know you, but you strike me as common sense smart.
Yeah, I consider myself pretty common sense smart, yeah.
You seem like you're pretty grounded.
Yeah, I think so. I would think so, yeah.
When you started the police academy, that was?
May 3rd, 1993.
Okay, and were there a lot of other women in the police academy at that point?
Actually, there was 7 total, and they were all going to the Cambridge Police Department. It was a regional academy, so I believe we had about 126 recruits, 7 of which were female, and all 7 were going to Cambridge. Wow. Yeah, which was pretty nice because we really bonded then, you know.
Yeah, because I was assuming you might have felt like a minority at that time, but you pretty much went in with a crew.
Yeah, we had a crew.
Okay.
Which was nice, which was really nice, actually.
Wow, so that buffered any of that sort of, I'm here all alone.
Yeah, no, that didn't bother me. Also, my height, I'm 6'1", so my height really helps me as far as that kind of stuff, you know, feeling, well, however you want to.
People are,
People take notice when you're a 6'1" blonde. They just do, for whatever reason. And it's also helpful in situations on the street.
Do we have a lot of people from Cambridge on the Cambridge Police Force?
I think we do. Or at least if they're not living in Cambridge right now, we're from Cambridge. Not everyone, but I would say a big majority.
And as far as women on the police force, what's the number? Just off the top of my head, I think we have about 27 or so female police officers in the Cambridge Police Department. There's about 280 on the force, so it's about 10%, I believe. I mean, we could always do better, and we're as part of my interview process going for deputy superintendent, one of the things that I put forward to the department, or that I would like to see done, is have better recruitment for females. But they've also done it. We have a deputy superintendent, myself as a female. We have the first female superintendent, Kristina. She just got promoted as well in the history of the Cambridge Police Department. So she's number 2. She's one of the number 2s. We also have our chief executive personnel officer is a woman. So. And we have a lot of, and we also have 2 new officers that came into the police department just recently. Of the 11 that came on, 2 of them were female. So it goes commissioner, superintendent, deputy superintendent, and then lieutenant, sergeant, and then officer. Policing has changed tremendously over the years, especially the last 10 to 20 years. I think back in the day when people thought of police officers, you know, big, tough, gruff, ready to take care of business, that kind of thing. Policing has changed in that you have to have compassion. That's the biggest thing that you have to have as a police officer, number 1. So I think the way we recruit people now is that's what we're looking for. I mean, yeah, we can train you to be a SWAT officer. We can train you to do all kinds of things. It's hard to train compassion or empathy. And so that's the type of people that now policing is looking for. So that's why I'm hopeful that that would bring more women into the profession. And sometimes you're going to a call, you're going into someone's home, and it could be the deepest, darkest moment of their life. You know what I mean? And you have a tremendous impact on how that is going to turn. A police officer can have a tremendous impact on how that moment turns out for that person or that family, or tremendous impact, good or bad, right? So we want to make sure that it's always good. Beat cop, is that still an expression?
Yeah, I think so. I think it is, yeah.
And I'm assuming you were that at one point.
I was.
Did they ever assign you to your old neighborhood?
They did.
And so what's that like now, showing up, you know, with a uniform?
I think people thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think people think it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know?
Did they think they were going to be allowed to get away with stuff?
I never had an issue like that. But you know something? We have, I'm trying to think of the word. We have discretion as police officers. So, not necessarily, maybe you wouldn't call it giving people a break, but it's giving people, you have the opportunity sometimes to give people a break.
It sounds like it ties into neighborhood policing. If you know a neighborhood, you know this, that, and the other. You know things about the neighborhood that someone coming in cold wouldn't. Might not know. Yeah, so I mean.
But I mean, part of neighborhood policing is finding out about your neighborhood.
Right.
If you weren't brought up in that particular neighborhood, you spend time in that neighborhood so that you can find out the nuances that you may not know going in there cold. And that's all about building the relationships between ourselves and the people in the neighborhoods, so that you do find out about all those things, and you can get behind the scenes and be able to help in situations where you may not
may not have been able to do before.
That just reminds me of the coffee with a cop craze that's going on.
Yep.
Do you know how that's going?
Actually, it's going pretty well. The last Coffee with the Cop, I think, was a little, with the commissioner. Coffee with the commissioner was, I think, a week ago Saturday or one of those days, and there was a ton of people that showed up and wanted to talk to the commissioner.
That's awesome. Do you want to get up to commissioner, or you?
Absolutely.
You do? Okay.
Sure, absolutely.
I mean, because I'm assuming every step there's more pressure.
There's more pressure, there's more competition, but there's also more opportunity. I think now, well, going up through the ranks, I probably never thought about being commissioner, but being promoted to deputy superintendent really opened my eyes to my potential, and damn it, yeah, I can do it. Yeah, absolutely.
If you weren't a cop, what do you think you would like to be when you grow up?
When I grow up, yeah. You know, probably, I definitely, you know, people ask all the time, why you become a cop? And a lot of times the answer is to help people. And it's a corny kind of answer, but it's really true. I like to be service type of, I'd love to be a nurse, I think, probably in a pediatric unit if I wasn't a cop, or construction. I love construction. So one of those two things. Cambridge, you know, people can crack on it all they want. Cambridge is a damn good city, and they've done well for their communities, the people that live here, the people that work here. It's probably the best police department that I know of in this state and beyond. We're progressive, we do the right thing, we're compassionate, and we plan on moving forward with 21st century policing, and just say hello to all the citizens of Cambridge. And anytime you want to call me, I'll take that call anytime if you need something.
Okay,
I could sing a song. I never even talked about the fact that I'm a singing cop as well.
Okay, let's do a little singing.
No, I'm not going to do any singing.
Oh, Danny Boy?
Oh, Danny, well, I happen to know that song, but...
I know the one she thinks, that's a good one, right?
Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling from glen to glen and down the mountainside. The summer's gone and all the roses falling. 'Tis you must go and I must bide.
Thanks, Pauline.
You're welcome.